When I, Max Sirius, made the decision to follow my intuition in early 2007, when I was 23 years young, to leave Germany and travel to the United States, I had no idea what would await me there, or for how long I would be staying in the United States for. All I knew was that if I didn't take this step, chance and risk, I would probably regret it later in life, because I would have wondered what could have been, if I had gone, but ultimately decided against it. At the time I was in the very lucky position to still have most of an inheritance available to me, which I had received when I turned 21 in 2004. About 70,000 euros was left, which was about 80,000 US dollars, with the exchange rate at the time, and I lived very frugally with that money, because I knew these financial resources were giving me much freedom and flexibility, which I highly valued then and still do now, so I wanted to make sure I could maintain that freedom and flexibility, and I knew that living frugally was the best way of achieving that goal. It is now the summer of 2022, and I am still living in the United States, and our household net worth has grown from about 80,000 US dollars in 2007 to about 800,000 US dollars in 2022. This is roughly a compounded annual net worth growth rate of 16%, over the last 15.5 years. Almost 90% of our net worth is tied up in our primary residence, which we own free and clear, without any debts, and the other about 10% of our net worth, about 90,000 US dollars, is currently in cash. I am not holding any stocks at the moment, due to the volatility, instability and unpredictability in global financial markets. Liquidity is my number one priority currently, and since most of our net worth is in real estate, which is very illiquid, I want to have as much financial optionality and flexibility as possible by just holding US dollar cash, for the time being. Sharing these personal, financial figures publicly is not to show off, but rather to demonstrate what is possible. Of course, lots of luck was involved in achieving such a rapid net worth growth and favorable financial outcome, at such a relatively young age, but, I believe, it was not entirely luck, but a combination of calculated risk-taking, contrarian thinking, and most importantly following my intuition and inner guidance. The most impressive and incredible fact about my situation is that I have never worked for a salary or wage in my entire life. I attribute this circumstance firstly, of course, to the luck and privilege of having had received a significant inheritance when I was 21, but even such a relatively large amount of money can be quickly used up if not managed wisely and frugally. Secondly, but actually far more importantly, I believe, and as I had already mentioned before, focused following of signs, synchronicities, and of my inner or higher guidance and intuition, was and is the key and real explanation for my atypical financial outcomes, in my humble opinion.